From water deep to Icewind Dale, unlikely friends fight tooth and scale. A little faith, a lot of rage, to bring the summer back again. Now roll the dice, see how they fall, don't waste your action. Bonus action. Heroes, tortured and trapped within the mist, hunted by horrors from out the abyss. We've seen friends fall, but must endure, survive to see the sun once more. Now roll the dice, see how they fall, don't waste your action. Heroes.
Hello and welcome to Bonus Action Heroes, where I roleplay having energy. And let's get ready to die! See, there we go, pumped up, we're good. Yeah, we're ready? Yeah?
I'm ready to die. I've already died once.
Good.
Do it again.
Ready to kill her friends.
Horrible.
No, it's gone again. Oh, good night. Previously, you convinced, rescued Gertruda, a young woman who had sort of rocked up, according to her, Castle Ravenloft after escaping her mother, who had locked her in her house for her whole life. And he was...
From water.
You convinced Gertruda to get out and see the world, and that Strahd was potentially a predator, and that was another reason to leave. So you all managed to do that, and you decided to take her to the city of Vallaki. And you have not been in Vallaki for a week or so. I did the timeline, I can't remember exactly. It's been about a week. And you've noticed some changes. You notice there are crests of the von Zarevich household on banners at the gates. There is a much reduced guard presence. Graham, whilst you were all at dinner at Castle Ravenloft, went to check on Irina and found her at Vasily's house, but not with Vasily, with two women who said that she had done a good job and then never left. So you went to Vasily's house and you discovered a teleportation circle in the basement, which may explain why nobody ever left. You went to the orphanage to check on Myrtle amongst other things, just checking on, just letting them know, maybe don't trust her, maybe get ready to run at the drop of a hat. Not panicking her at all. You went to the church, found it had been deconsecrated again. Boo. But things happen in the background whilst you're running around Barovia. So that leaves us with, I believe, your next port of call. You met at the town gates Victor Valakovich, the son of the previous burgomaster, who wants to rescue Stella Voctor, the new burgomaster's daughter, who thinks she is a cat because he was sort of accidentally the reason she now thinks she's a cat. But he does also say he cares for her and doesn't believe that any help is doing her any good, just being locked up in her mother's house. A bit like Gertruda, these stories are repeating themselves. And and you left Gertruda at the church as well, I think. So, what would you like to do?
Now I've checked on Myrtle and the orphanage, I'm more than happy to leave the orphanage. So, should we reconvene outside?
Yes, why not?
And the orphanage is currently held in the old burgomaster's house, wasn't it?
It is. It has been
So,
repurposed.
Lady Voctor would still be in the Voctor house.
Assumably.
Mm-hmm.
did we want to go anywhere else whilst we were here before we go and see Lady Wachter, like the tavern or something?
Who is this Lady Wachter? Don't mind me asking.
When we originally came to Vallaki, there's a woman of influence, Lady Wachter. I believe we joined her for dinner. She has more influence than I am comfortable with. But whilst we were in Vallaki, a fight broke out. It was brought about by a wife of Strahd. That was when the orphanage was set on fire and the church came under attack, and the then burgomaster was removed from power. It appears now, from what's going on here, that Lady Wachter has stepped into the seat of the burgomaster with what looks to be full support of and or from Strahd.
So that charming Valenta lady, what we had dinner with, she was stirring up trouble here.
I think you are describing a coup, Alisandir.
I don't know whether Lady Wachter was working with Strahd or no, she was obviously working with Strahd. I don't know whether the actions of Strahd's wife, whose name I can't remember, Ludmilla?
Yeah.
Yes.
Was the one that sort of invaded with some vampire spawn. Magus has only met Valenta,
Okay.
who we
So
just
he's got
referenced.
another wife.
He
Seems
has
a bit greedy.
multiple wives. So it was Ludmilla, another wife that attacked the town.
And Anastasia? I think
Anastasia.
Valenta told us her name. But I don't know if he has others.
I think Gertrude will end up as one of his wives if we don't persuade her not to go back.
Yeah, as well.
Or is she already? Am I too late?
Well, maybe Gertrude would just be food.
See that cloud over there? It looks kind of like a face, and it's pulling a strange expression. Like I said, something
You see
so
spirits in
stupid.
everything, don't you, Olaf?
Let's maybe stay on task, Olaf.
Now it looks like it's eating some food.
Oh, now it's happy!
Yeah, it's happy now.
So I don't know whether Lady Wachter was working with Ludmilla or whether that is something that just happened to play into Lady Wachter's plan, strategy.
I suspect
Maybe it was pure luck.
she is an agent of Strahd, and perhaps the old burgomaster was not doing
I
what
don't
was
think he
expected
was.
of him.
The old burgomaster demanded happiness.
Yes, he was, I believe the phrase is batshit crazy.
So we're saying that if Strahd got rid of this batshit crazy burgermeister, then they did a favour, probably. Or I don't understand. Why are we going to see this Lady Wachter? To see if she's working with Strahd?
I think it's quite clear that she's working with Strahd now. I just don't know whether she was working with Strahd then, or whether it was just fortuitous for her. But as well as her influence over the town and her influence with Strahd, and maybe she understands or knows something of what's going on regarding Irina and Irina being missing. But also she is the mother of the girl that Victor is. I don't know whether he's in love, but he seems somewhat enamoured with.
Hang on a minute. Wasn't that Irina you were just talking to in the orphanage there?
No. Irina is near fully grown. She must be around 18.
Who are we just?
so-
Who did we come to visit? No, I'm very confused.
So we came to visit so there's the headmistress, the older lady, and then the young girl. The young girl's Myrtle. I pulled her out of the clutches of the hags. And she was meant to be eaten. And she was in the orphanage when it was set ablaze.
Weren't you hungry?
Don't eat children, Magus. Especially not that one.
I wondered why they were fattening them all up in there. I just got curious. Okay, I think I'm up to speed. That was a girl you rescued, so you're checking on her. We're looking for Irina, who's not here, but should be here, or might be here, or a bit older than that one. We're going to see Lady Wachter to see if she's grown fangs. And then we're going to leave and go find these 3 hags in this valley.
Why are we going to see Wachter at all? Unless you
Speak to
think
me.
Irina is there, why would we give
was-
anything away?
It was more just to maybe better understand the politics of this town.
What is there to understand?
How
She
involved
has
she
taken
is.
power with the backing of Strahd. I don't see there
But
is
does she
any.
actually have the backing of Strahd, or is this a figurehead that she is willing to use? Much like religion. It's a crude tool, but it does work.
I think you're speaking semantics. The end result is the same. She has placed his banner everywhere. Whether she is oppressed by Strahd or enamored by Strahd, the result is the same. Strahd is in power here, and we need to be
Always,
careful we don't give anything away.
But if she's using Strahd's name but without actually truly believing in him, then that could be a slight against him.
How
A person of that standing, of that kind of reputation, and of that sheer... I just think it's useful for us to know, but maybe it is not what we need to know right now. I'm happy for us to do
Well,
otherwise.
if we think Irina is with her, then we should go. But
I don't think Irina is with her, but she might know more about what is going on with Irina. If she was working with Strahd or with Strahd's wives, then maybe there's some level of understanding.
if we go and see her, we need to say nothing of where we are going next, what we are doing here. We need to give nothing away, because if, no matter what, everything will get back to him.
Everything
Maybe
will
we
get
could
back
just
to
say
him.
we're here visiting that lass in there, and it won't rouse no suspicion, will it?
Well, we don't need to say what last, do we?
No.
Was it
I
Lady
think-
Wachter?
I
what
think
was trying to
you're
meet her?
Hazel.
We don't even need to
I'm not
mention it.
muted.
Oh, you were just very quiet then.
Oh,
We
okay,
need
sorry.
to not mention the orphanage at all. I'm sure Strahd knows, but anyone we mention becomes a target. Don't let that dinner fool you.
Well, what about this lady? What thinks she's a cat?
Don't know anything about cat ladies.
So that is the daughter of Lady Wachter. I believe her name is Stella. She got caught up in some confusion with Victor. That is why Victor has returned.
Right. But doesn't he want us to find out about her or help her? Where is she with Lady Wachter?
Yeah, she's kept imprisoned.
I mean, if you think you can cure her, then I'm sure you may be able to sway Voctor, but still a risk.
I'm not sure she cares enough about her own daughter to be swayed just by that, but it could be a bargaining chip. But I don't know how. I was hoping maybe one of you two would, and I'll look at Cedric / Luca / Sergei and Magus.
Oh, I don't know. I've got an out that can cure her feeling near. Well, mind you, I could turn her into a cat and turn her back again. Maybe she's got confused. But if she thinks she's a cat, I could make her look like a cat, and that might solve the problem.
She might be a bit more comfortable that way, just for a short time. But if now is not the time to deal with Lady Voctor, then what do we do? What are our other options?
Do you have any other contacts in town that might be worth talking to?
There's the Blue Water Inn, where we stayed. There are some good people there, though I'm not sure we'll be welcomed with open arms given our current affiliations.
There's only one way to find out.
I could do with a drink.
We shop. Do we know what happened to the toy shop? Blinsky, particularly.
Blinsky got out, but
Dawson
the shop burnt down. Yeah, Dawson got him out.
does put special effort into making sure Blinsky got out.
There are a few people that have been wronged by the town, and maybe it could be worth relocating certain people, see if there's support against Proctor. For now, maybe. When did we last sleep, and what time is it?
Well,
It is about lunchtime, just after lunchtime, because you got back quite early, and I think
everyone's
you
been
slept in the carriage.
Yeah, or we did something. No one needs rest at the moment, then.
I think so.
We do perhaps need to think about the other leads we have for weapons to help us deal with our problem. There is this amber place that we read about. What else is in the tarot readings?
There's the Amber Temple.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Item.
And it might be good to go to the inn. I mean, it has been a long time since I saw any of my people, and it would be good to hear if there is any news of travelers through the mist.
Sound like you talked us into going having a pint.
Cedric, what's wrong with you?
Getting restless.
You're gonna fall over with those dodgy knees.
I think I took a bit of a nasty tumble in Ravenloft.
As you make your way to the town square where you know the inn is, you will notice on this map where there
We
are.
lost the music.
Ooh. where there are X's on the map, those have been burnt down. Well, 2 shops have been burnt down. Where there were previously stocks up here at the top of the town square, there is now the beginnings of a statue that looks a little like Strahd. Someone is in the process of a young woman is in the process of carving it. You'll also notice there are Vistani in the town square with one of their carts.
Do we recognise the Vistani?
No. If there is nothing you want to do here, I will then take you to the inn. I just thought you'd appreciate the update.
And like that person off in the corner of the map. So we will go straight to the Blue Water Inn unless someone else has specific things they'd like to do.
Well, this fire looks like pretty bad, doesn't it? That's what you were talking about, saying it was one of these a toy shop then.
This one here with the green roof. Not that I would know. It just immediately went into things Jim knows.
Everyone loved Blinsky.
It's pretty
He
bad.
terrified me.
Not sure I like the new decoration.
I certainly don't.
It does seem like, poor choice of words, but it does seem like overkill.
Just to echo what I said when you first entered the town, also when you're going through the town square, there are people plastering the walls, sort of looking. It looks like they're rebuilding the houses that were burnt down, and there is notably a lot more. I want to say flora. Not much grows in Barovia. Shrubberies. Colour in the town square. And for some of you, you return to a familiar looking tavern. Are they invisible? Why are they invisible?
Lady Vocta had older sons as well, didn't she? One of them died, one of them survived.
Yeah.
And this middle-aged man and woman approach. Now, you know what? They'll probably come around the bar and approach you with open arms. Well, the man will. They've got raven black hair. My friends, it is so good to see that you are alive. And when I say my friends, I recognize Olav and Alessandria, but you two, I do not know, but any friend of these two is a friend of ours. What of the rest? What of Darzin? What of Absence?
Darzin has gone his own way. Last we saw him, he was up in Kresk. Unfortunately, Absence has passed.
I am sorry to hear this. I did not realize. Not just for that, but for the service you have done our family. 4 ales on the health.
Well, I like you. Hello, Ivy Magus.
It's nice to meet you, Magus.
It's very generous of you.
Well,
Sorry, I was going to introduce myself, but please carry on.
Well, allow me, Cedric. This is Cedric. You did meet him, but he has
Oh, yes, of course. How could I forget that mustache? But forgive me, you look like you have been through
was I
a
not
lot.
supposed to say this? Alexander's giving me a look.
No, I was just trying to remember. Hazel was trying to remember because I know Darzin came to Balaki and I couldn't remember whether Cedric had.
Well, maybe you haven't met him. I thought we'd been in here.
No, because he died there. You're right. We've never met you. I've never met you before. Let's retract my last statement.
It's that awkward moment when someone says, "Yes, you've met," and they go, "Oh, it's so good to see you again. I don't remember who this is." Sorry, my mistake. It's
Yes,
so hard to remember who's met who when people keep dying all the time. No offense, Alexander.
but that's unnecessarily harsh, Olav.
Well, it's true.
But it is true because I have
It's like every
died.
time Alexander comes in here, he's got like new friends.
I suppose
just-
if I keep you around, then at least absence is somewhat connected.
I didn't really want to tell you about that.
What do you mean?
He's gone.
What do you mean he's gone?
He's gone. I don't know.
How long has he been gone?
I'm not sure. I just haven't seen him for a while. He could just be being quiet, but I have not heard from him since the dinner with Strahd. Which is kind of nice because he's really angry all the time.
Yes, and it's not unlike absence to go absent.
I didn't even realize the name had meaning like that.
Things quite often have meaning, but particularly with him. We'll look into this a bit more.
I'm sure his spirit is still here and nothing leaves the mist, so he's either quiet or just lost. If we achieve what we plan to achieve, then perhaps he will be free, and he will no longer be angry. I am sorry, I've been trying to find the time to tell you.
It's not your fault, is it? And I appreciate the consideration.
Well, I know he was your friend, and I'm sure he wasn't always so bitter.
I think he was born bitter from the sounds of it. He was still a good man, though.
Well, we can have flaws and still make a difference for good in the world.
You have made a huge difference in my family's world. They sent word of how you helped at the winery.
Is everything still working as it should? Oh, yes. So, Magus, the family where we met you at the winery, these are
My
their-
father is the owner of the winery. You probably met some of my brothers.
Oh, there was a bunch of them. Yeah, I remember. Lovely lot. Make lovely wine.
Yes, sorry, I offered you ale. Would you prefer wine?
I'm not fussy. There was a good ale too. Thank you.
When no one's looking, I shall switch. Hopefully, Alexander's drank some of his ale. I will switch mine with his because I'm not drinking it. I will pick it up and put it to my mouth, but I won't be drinking it.
I think I've got enough awareness of Olaf by this point that I will help him with that deception.
Cheers.
Cheers. What can we do for you, friends? Do you want some food, some board, information? We will help you however we can.
I think we were hoping for news of what has happened in Vallaki and what has happened more broadly in the land. Vallaki seems changed.
Yes, Lady Vokta is quickly assumed Valakovich's position, and the people, they needed a leader, but I do not like to say this, they are, I think, very much in support of her. I don't know what you've seen of the town, but the guards have been reallocated from making everybody happy to fixing what's burnt down, and there is a lot less pressure on everybody. Food and water is a bit scarce since everything that happens, so there is rationing, but the point is there is rationing, not fighting. She has put a system in place, a system where a system was needed. I'm not sure who else would fill that void.
It is better to have someone in control than nobody. That is true.
Then maybe for now we do not.
Surely there would have been someone more appropriate for the role than someone who worships the devil, in effect.
That is
Not always.
a cause for concern, yes.
Is there
And
anyone else in the town that has that kind of influence, though?
everyone up to this point, and still, now even more so, I suppose, has lived day to day, hand to mouth, gone about their business without any interest or rather the privilege of being able to look into politics. She was the only other noble family in town. There is a ingrained respect for the nobility, I suppose. And although I hear some people share your concerns about how she holds Strahd in such high esteem, I will admit I have heard other people agree with her.
Unfortunately, there's a saying that comes to mind here where it's better the devil you know. At least she is wearing her beliefs on her sleeve. We're aware of the issue this way. It's not being hidden.
She is not, I would say, not shouting about it. Have you seen the statue? But she is not forcing it upon anyone. And I'm not sure if anyone has been talking, pushing other people. I don't know. I don't know who works for her now. The guards work for her, but clearly only as carpenters and plasterers now. But a
We
lot
all
of
know.
people.
We all know that statue before long will have a comedy mustache and glasses.
Probably a hat.
I think the people would fear another attack as a retribution for that.
But life is okay for normal folk here at the moment.
Seems that way. The point I was trying to make was she is not shouting the praises of Strahd, just that this is maybe a better approach than our previous one. She is not denouncing the Morning Lord, but there have been a lot fewer people in the church of late. Perhaps it is left over from their previous fear of the Burgomaster and not doing what he said, not believing what she says, perhaps. I don't know.
It does seem, however, that the bones have gone again and the church is no longer consecrated. Don't ask me how I know.
You think there is something even more larger than taking over the town going on? Something we can help with? I would still talk with hushed voices, by the way.
Yes.
As I said, I don't know who reports to her. That
Which
Ernst
village?
fellow disappeared.
Have you noticed anyone going missing over the last few days? Not just those who were killed in the attack, but anyone else who might be a challenge to her or of interest to others?
I have not seen anyone go missing. I have noticed someone I didn't notice previously before, and everyone in this town has come through this bar. A person who seems to be sort of on her behalf telling the guard what to do, where to go. He seems inconsequential. He looks inconsequential. He's Barovian, he's not built particularly muscular, he's not threatening, but he is all of a sudden here.
What does he look like?
And where might we find him?
Perhaps with the guard, perhaps with Vokta.
Wasn't wearing a red hood, was he?
No.
Saw someone outside in a red hood.
He's difficult to describe, just so...
Ordinary.
Yes.
Average for someone from Vallaki, average just for a Barovian. Just
Yes and yes. Perhaps he is not a drinker. Perhaps he has really managed to go his whole life without coming into my tavern, but...
if you want to know the people, you need to know the tavern.
Not a drink, but that on his own makes him not trustworthy in my book. Suspicious.
And there has been no other news, no news from the mist, no travelers, new people arriving, tales
No,
from the Vistani, anything.
no new people, not anything like you. The Vistani have come in. They are also a new feature. The previous burgomaster wouldn't let them in. They bring some color to the town. Again, I think maybe a welcome addition. I'm not sure. They may overcharge a little bit for their wares, but their wares come from outside of Barovia, so they have a right to, in a way. They seem harmless enough. They drink a lot.
Well, good customers then.
Mm.
I know they have a link with Strahd. They have some kind of agreement. But it would be good to speak to them, even if we are careful what we say. Because we don't know what we'll get back. But if anyone has news, it will be them. And they were honorable. They paid us when we did that good deed for them. Well, my ale's finished. I don't know about yours.
During that whole conversation, as Magus finishes his, I will pass the full cup over to Magus, take Magus's empty cup, pass that to Olav, and now I'll have like the half-drunk one that I originally had. Magus has got a new ale, and it looks like Olav's finished his.
Max is quite happy about this. Continues to drink.
I'm not going to make you do a sleight of hand. That's achievable.
Everyone seems happy with the outcome.
What does Cedric do?
Cedric continues to drink as normal. It's a case for him of, I don't need to, But it's polite, and sometimes the experience can be nice. But as he's choking away at the little glass of wine, there will be the gross little moment because he still has a number of fresh wounds on his face. People who are particularly keen-eyed would probably notice like a little trickle of wine coming out of one of the wounds on his neck.
Cedric, this is why I do not drink.
And there is a point where you just hear Alexander just do a little kind of.
If you have holes, then the drink comes out of them.
They're taking their time to heal, unfortunately.
Sudden.
Might
You
have a
feel
bit of cloth I can shove in there or something. Stop going through my pockets.
Cedric will, as we point this out, Cedric will feel a weight on his shoulder. And then this wet feeling against his neck.
He just immediately does the...
You will connect with what you assume is Graham.
Oh, if he's within 10 feet of me, I would know he's there.
I'd see him anyway, I think.
Yeah, you would.
You should notify me the next time you intend to drink from my weeping neck.
Trying to help. You don't need to drink. Let me have it.
He'll just like set the cup down with whatever's left in it and have at it. It'd be quite entertaining.
I don't know what slapping the invisible imp is a euphemism for, but I'm keen to find a meaning for it because it feels like something we should use.
Can you please be careful and maybe don't get inebriated this early in the day?
I thought he would be used to me by now, and it's only a little wine. It's fine.
He's an
Okay.
immortal being from the abyss. He'll be fine.
Good for him, I guess. I'd reckon.
Olaf, have you seen him drunk? He's not a good drunk.
Not good.
Have you seen him drunk?
He's an imp. Let the imp have some fun.
You
By
will
the way,
see the... Sorry, go on.
no, go ahead.
Just the wine slowly disappear from the glass.
So, see the barman? Is the barman looking? I'll be like, oh no, I should not refer to Cedric as the imp. I'm sorry, Cedric, that was rude.
I can see something is going on here, but I will not question it.
Danica, do you happen to have any? I think last time we came here, you had biscuits or sweetbreads. Do you have anything? Anything for someone with a sweet tooth?
Food.
Whoever that is for, yes, I do. She'll disappear off to the kitchen and then come back with some quite dull, but they're like very plain biscuits with a sprinkling of sugar on top. Very basic.
They will do.
Should I? She's looking around for someone to give them to.
They're for the table, so if we just have them
Put them next
here.
to Cedric, yeah.
So then they'll know kind of be between Alessandra and Cedric, and Alessandra will he'll kind of lean to like fill the gap behind him, so there's now no one behind him will see the biscuits disappearing.
Which they do. And they will just look a little amused. They don't seem too concerned. You've helped them before.
Yeah,
Got a good
heard the
relationship.
voice or seen. Yeah, there was enough weirdness going on. So off topic, above table. Graham went to the church and couldn't get through the invisible wall.
No. Yeah, yes.
He then went and
right.
hid in the orphanage, watched for Irina. At some point ended up following Irina to find her in Fuckface's house, whose name I cannot remember. Went down the chimney, and spotted her. He didn't return to the church to see if there was a wall there, and I take it he didn't get close enough when we visited the church
He
because
assumed he wouldn't be able to get back in.
okay.
So we think Strahd has took Irina. So Vasili's house, that's who you're talking about, isn't it?
Yeah, so
you think she's gone there, Strahd has took her.
I think she's owned. I think that's what she did that was the good, that she's done well. Because if you're sorry, Hazel speaking, because I'm still trying to. So, given the timeline and the fact that Graham tried to get in and there was a wall there, so we know at that point it was still consecrated. So, between then and Irina disappearing, those bones have been taken, and she's done something. So it makes sense that as she has access to that churchyard without really raising any suspicion, she has taken the bones, gone to Vasili's house, then being secreted out through the teleportation circle that we found. But so, first of all, we need to find out where that teleportation circle leads. There can't be too many in Barovia. They won't be able to get out of Barovia. The bones might still be in the house, whether they've been secreted away with her, we don't know.
I can tell you where that.
But what we can do is we can check whether.
That circle goes to Castle Ravenloft.
Probably does.
He's invited us to dinner.
Yeah.
To distract us so that he could.
Yeah, now she's where we were.
Yeah. So he's sent us off in a carriage, and that's given him 6 hours to do this. Look at the GM doing an innocent face.
Why would she take the bone?
She's been enchanted. She's been
to do that, so she's
charmed.
Yeah. So we're gonna need to figure out how we can break that.
I think we need to find whatever else we can find, and then go and get her.
A quick aside, whilst you're having this conversation, a punter will come up to the bar and Danica will walk over to serve him. He sits on a stool and waits. Looks like he's ordered some food.
That punter seems noteworthy, I suppose, for it to have been brought up.
No, I think it just means we need to keep our voice down and start talking about the weather, which is always the same here.
Can I make eye contact with Danica and then glance over to the guy and make eye contact with Danica again? I want to figure out whether he's a standard customer or whether she has any concerns.
After she goes into the kitchen and then comes back, she'll walk over to you and Owen again and say, Owen, if they have business to discuss, perhaps we can let them have a room upstairs or something.
Would be greatly appreciated.
Of course. He'll fumble around under the desk and give you a key. I'm not going to take you upstairs, but you can assume that if you go upstairs and have this conversation, you are away from punters.
Look, Strahd has played us. He has played us. He invited us to dinner, drew us away, and used that as an opportunity to take Irina, to charm her or work his vampiric wiles on her, whatever it is. And whilst we were travelling back here, he has taken her, he has deconsecrated the church, so there is no safe haven for the people.
In all fairness, had we not accepted his invitation to dinner, we would have been carrying on and travelling towards the Amber Temple, wouldn't we?
Yes.
So he hasn't really played us in terms of creating a distraction. Because
of course he has played us. He's got what he wanted.
I would have headed to Valaki. I'd already sent Graham to check.
I know, but he is winning the battle so far. It seems to me we
He's
have two
winning the war.
choices. Well, that's arguable, but the only war I saw him fight, he won. And to be frank with you, I had many more people with me and the Great Wizard.
Well, this isn't a war yet.
I think this has been a war for a very long time.
No, I agree.
These aren't even battles that we're fighting at the moment. These are barely skirmishes.
This is
I
the...
think-
Carry on.
Well, I just think the decision is simple. We go to this temple and recover whatever it is there. If anything is there, or we deal with these hags. But my gut tells me that Alessander and Cedric, I know these hags have personal feelings involved, but would
Irina
that be a
is far more
distraction?
important. Revenge is one thing, but making
Yes.
sure that she is safe is
Exactly.
foremost
So,
what I believe we should be doing.
For me, we go to the temple, and then when we are empowered, or when we find whatever this weapon is, or whatever it may be, then we can head to Barovia on the way to rescue Irina. But that is my view.
Or do we have to pass by these hags on the way to this Amber Temple? Flip to their way.
Opposite direction from what I understand.
I think Barovia is nearer to the castle than the Amber Temple is.
I believe so.
Tom, do you want me to... If you go on the map for a moment, do you want me to ping things for you? So, the Amber Temple is down here where Mount Gakis is. You're currently here in Vallaki.
Do you want to put it on for the stream?
Where's Brian? Baltazine. I'll do that again then. Mount Gakis to the south is where you'll find the Amber Temple. You are here in Vallaki, sort of in the middle, in the Midlands. Castle Ravenloft is this building over here to the east, and Strahd told you that the hags had moved from the windmill near Vallaki, which was here, to a house in the village of Barovia, which is just to the southeast of Castle Ravenloft.
I believe what Magus would call chillin' pies. I don't know if that's the right pronunciation, but you
I
get the
don't know
name.
what you just
It
said.
took me far too long to decipher it, so probably not.
Tom smiled. Maybe it was close.
I do believe that it would be somewhat out of the way, but if we were to cut through the woods, we would be able to maybe revisit the windmill. Magus, I believe that the area that you would want to explore can be found there.
I would very much like that.
If you feel that it is a place or a thing of power, then maybe it could be of use to us.
I think it might be important after last place we went.
Thought you burned it.
The windmill, but not the...
Are you
Not what
talking
Max
about
is
the tower?
interested in.
Ah, I see. I'm going to propose that we decide now and we leave immediately. If Irina is with Strahd, then time is
Of the
against
essence.
us. Yes.
Should we should stock up on rations, potions, anything that we might need whilst we're in town.
Yeah. I will be honest, I have exactly the same amount of gold I arrived with. I don't think it is even enough to buy a potion.
Well, then maybe we can, between all of us, work something out. I currently have a potion of healing and a potion of greater healing.
I have significant healing capabilities as a priest.
I can heal myself normally and others, but no potions.
I can. The spirits allow me to heal some.
Okay, well, I will then keep the potions, as I do not have the powers that the rest of you have. Is there anything else that would be of use to any of you?
Nothing we could afford, most likely.
Well,
Maybe a little oil for my armor. It's rusting quite badly.
If we find any diamonds, they could be quite useful for certain spells.
how much kind of what we're talking about?
Between 1 to 300.
I could. A platinum is 10 gold, right? I can manage 100 worth of diamonds. But that is it.
Did not think to look at my financials.
Don't have much, no money. Malarkey, just a few coins I picked up on the way. Nothing that order.
100 diamond, 100 gold worth of diamond at the moment isn't a pressing need, but it's something we should keep in mind for the future.
Okay. Sorry, let me just, before we go rushing off, I'm just trying to quickly check what we have got within treasure.
I'm not
and
gonna make you track rations and
Mm,
that, so don't worry about that.
no, we have got 2 pearl earrings, which are 100 gold. Was that 100 gold for the set or 100 gold each?
I'll just have 100 gold. Oh no, for the set, sorry, because the pearls are worth 50, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Or are the pearls worth? Does anyone need a pearl for a spell? Don't think so.
No,
No.
I don't have identify.
So we could find a jeweler, exchange the pearl for a diamond, the pearls for a diamond. No one is worse off. That'd be of use. It'd be more use than the earrings.
Yes, very true.
Let's do
Without
that.
having to RP it, do you think we could just swap out the...
Just for flavour, you know there aren't any jewellers in Vallaki, but you do know from your previous visit to the Arasek stockyards that it is a bit of a dodgy side business where they might be looting corpses, and they had a few gems, but at the time you didn't have any money. What do you want? A diamond worth?
100
I
gold?
believe it's a diamond dust worth at least 100 gold.
Yeah.
Or do you want me to
sure.
try and break in and steal something that's worth more?
Nah, there's other places I'd prefer you to break into.
Oh.
No, there'll be a lot of back and forth because they just lost half the stockyard, but ultimately it's a tit for tat. So, and to them, something pretty is more likely to be sold to maybe Lady Vocta than just a single diamond. So yes, you can have a diamond worth 100 gold, turn it into dust in your own time.
I will add it to my sheet.
Okay, and then Anna Strahd, sorry, blah 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 blah. we know that Strahd has Ludmilla and Anastasia and Valenta. Ludmilla was the wife who attacked the town. Valenta is the one that we met. Anastasia is linked to the Vocta family because we had notes from the tower. Then there were also other names linked to Strahd were Aragorn and Lavash, who were somehow linked to Madame Ava and Madame Sonia.
You would know Aragol and Lavash. They were the
Vistani. They were the Vistani in the camp outside Vallaki.
who paid you for returning the daughter.
Also, yeah. We've not encountered Sonia. She's the one who's... We don't know this person yet. Okay. Oh, 1 second. Did we ever... I know what was going on with the saber-toothed tiger now that I've pieced it together. Did we ever do anything about the saber-toothed tiger? Is the saber-toothed tiger still in the stockyard?
No. So
we told Esmeralda.
You told Esmeralda about him, and we can say that when you were talking to Victor outside of the town, because you asked, she said she was going to go to Vallaki and find out about see if there was any trail for Van Richten. She will have come. Victor will tell you. She came back to the windmill. She said, "I think I've found a cart trail. I'm going to follow it. You're going to have to get your own girlfriend back."
Yeah, sounds about right.
So you pulled a me and you called the Wizard Tower a windmill.
Yep, I did a gym.
I did wonder if you were talking about the tower.
I meant the tower.
Okay.
Hazel with her notebook and lots of red string.
Still no notebook.
That's the next theme tune.
I will when I find it again. So I've re-lost it. I will hope you fill in more gaps.
Do we know what's happened to Milton?
You can find him up a ladder somewhere helping to rebuild the town. He's essentially become one of the guard in this effort.
I imagine that he spends a lot of his time, like, sanitizing things.
Sure.
Cleaning the bar, making things safe to eat off, that kind of thing.
That is a joke that is entirely lost on me, potentially.
I was not paying attention. I heard Matt's general kind of dad joke voice and stopped.
I assume he was purifying water and food.
Yes.
In the party notes, we've got like a bit that says Ghosty Guy, Order of the Silver Dragon. Then we've got It's Berez.
We maybe didn't keep notes for that bit. Well, the Order of the Dragon is Godfrey and
yeah,
that lot,
and
the guy that we killed and have nicked his sword.
Yeah,
I feel a bit guilty about that.
But yeah, then just It's Berez. But then we've got Zuleika, Child, and Blackwolf. So that's reverse order notage. I was just wondering if that meant anything to anyone.
It's reverse order because you met a ghost. No, a revenant of on your way to Kretz before you knew about Argynvost Holt, I think. You just had a random encounter with him.
Okay.
I'm not with those guys, by the way. And I have some things in common with them, but I'm not one of them. In case you're wondering.
It just said Ghosty Guy, and you're the first one that I thought of. They didn't say ghost guy, just ghosty, and the proximal nature of that just seemed appropriate.
Quite a theme in these lands. There's a lot of kind of
Unfortunately.
ghosty type guys and girls. So, are we going to the tower and then to the Ember Temple?
Andy.
Sorry, I'm still red stringing. I apologise even more.
That's okay. Shall I sit you on my horse? We'll go outside of town. You can sit on the horse and you can red string whilst we travel, or is that going to mess with your
we
head?
might need to be in town for this.
Oh,
When I went through the storage unit at the stockyard, there was one owned by Lady Voxer, or by the Voxer family. Do I
Yes.
remember what was in it? I don't, obviously, but it's only a couple of days for Alexander.
Books. I'll need to look. There wasn't anything hugely important in there
Okay,
that
that's
you
fine.
could see. I think she put a lot of religious texts in there.
Okay. Like Morning Lord religious text?
Yeah.
Okay. Please continue.
continue with what I thought we were waiting for red string or something. No?
Where are you going?
Tower.
Why?
Then Amber Temple. I don't know. They wanted to go to the tower. I'm not sure why.
I need to go to the tower.
Okay, we'll go to the Amber Temple then.
No, we want to go to the windmill.
Okay, why do we want to go to the windmill?
Because
Yeah.
Magus wants to explore the area below the windmill.
I think it's important. As we're nearby.
I mean, I haven't been there. I've been past it. I've not been there either. So we did go looking for Cedric, I think. He was already gone.
No.
That may not have been me. I don't know anymore. So confusing. I think that was absence. Okay, windmill then. I'll wait till we get outside of town before I summon the horse back. Is that idiot boy going to still be on it?
When we get to the port, I'll just send Victor into the orphanage to hide out. I'll tell him what's going on a bit. Well, I'll tell him he can go into the orphanage just to be sneaky about it. There's no guards guarding in the same way that they were previously. So as long as he's not an absolute pleb about it, he'll be fine.
What am I waiting for in the orphanage? Am I just rescuing Stella on my own?
Yes.
How?
So I know. What did you think you were going to do before we arrived here?
I was hoping I could get close enough to the house to scout out there and see if there was a guard present, see
There
who
will
comes
most
and
likely be.
goes.
There will most likely be a guard because Lady Voxer is now the Burgomaster of the town. However, because she's the Burgomaster of the town, that means that she will have other engagements that she needs to deal with. You will need to wait until she is at one of those engagements and has taken the majority of the guards. Do not go into the house blindly. There is an imp that will probably be watching you. So you'll need to deal with that, figure out some way to go unnoticed, or you just wait until Strahd is dealt with, and then you can rescue your cat girlfriend that
Yes.
you... Whatever happened.
Patience.
At a time
Can
that's
only be
appropriate.
invisible for a minute.
Then be quick.
Or just be patient and wait till we can help you with her.
What if you die?
Then
Well,
set the
I
Vauxhall House on fire.
already
With her
died.
in it? That's a terrible idea.
We'll
Lady
come
Vauxhall
back.
get her daughter out.
Will she?
What are you going to do? Run away into the hills and get her some balls of wool to play with? You need to wait
Going to
until
see if I can help her. Esmeralda said if she finds this Van Richten guy, he might be able to help her.
Find the Van
Well,
Richten guy.
perhaps we should find him first before we go rescuing her. Do you even know how to look after a cat? Look what happened to your last one. Ginnenbaum.
She died of old age.
And there's a chance
Please
that
do not
this one
talk
will die
about
of
her
your
in that way.
stupidity.
So you're not going to help me.
Not today.
I'll do it on my own then. No, I can do it. I just...
If you have any sense, you will wait. There is no
For
rush.
her safety as much as yours.
She's
We
not
will.
going anywhere.
We will be back before too long, I hope.
Words. We'll figure something out. I'm a skilled wizard. I can do this.
How she ended up as a cat in the first place.
I was an overly ambitious wizard.
You're still an overly ambitious wizard.
But now you're an overly ambitious wizard that needs to get the hell off my horse now.
I'll jump down.
Thank you.
I take it we're going to leave Gertruda in Valaki and we'll have sent message to her.
Yeah, we kind of forgot about her.
Maybe get her room and board at the... or room at the... Maybe just put a good word in for her at the inn.
She'd probably prefer that to being at the church.
Yeah.
She's not really a...
She can help out, she can meet people.
Yeah.
She can host us.
She'll be a barmaid, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll do anything for you, the Multicoves. They're happy to do that. Are you heading to the windmill on foot?
I'm not.
But and Ghost Horse.
The horse formerly known as Prince.
Yeah.
If you cut through the woods, which you know you can do, rather than follow the path round, it will only take you a couple of hours. And then you will come upon a familiar, solemn sight. This windmill has not completely crumbled. It was made of stone, but the wooden structures that held it aloft have gone. The windmill structure itself sort of sits flat now on an open roof. And the area of interest that you were telling Magus about, a few 100 feet away, is still there. A load of standing stones in a circle formation, some ones further inside that, and then a large boulder at the center. And I'm putting you onto the map. It's alright.
This looks familiar then. very similar to the last place. Have a look around and see if I can find anything that might have a clue at a chamber underneath this one too.
There's definitely a chamber here.
Cedric, you can remember.
Yes, I'm just going to walk over and stop pushing the rock.
Strength check, please.
Oh dear. Oh wait, I'm good at strength now. This might be okay.
Yeah, that's enough. A hole. You roll the boulder over, and there is a hole about 5 foot across that you can look down into, and it is dark. Any of you with dark vision can sort of see a dirt floor, approximately 6 feet below.
I'm jumping straight down.
Obviously you are. I can't see where I put the megalith. That's
And
where
I
I put
slide
the
the rock
megalith.
back over. Job done. Right, let's go. You can't wander anymore. Just kidding.
Great. Now I have to make another new character.
No, I don't.
Who's missing? Who's missing? Olaf. Magus. There you go.
You know that urge you get when you stand on top of a very big height and you get the urge to jump. You can't ignore that, Cedric. You can't ignore that.
I was entombed here with some friends
Oh,
before I
yeah.
died.
This is where we were looking for. To not come in would have been weird once you found it.
Oh, I forgot to say, the above, it's not on the map, so I didn't have a visual cue. It's me remembering nearly 2 years ago. The area where the standing stones is littered with teeth, and these little wicker dolls, just humanoid figures woven together with straw.
Like little puppets.
Nice and creepy.
Can I have a look around this one and see if I can see what I see around the tomb, around this altar and whatnot?
Yes. So, like the previous one, you can see at the back of the chamber another the same tapestry as before that depicted 3 ladies gambling in a Renaissance style. Semi clothed in nature, really awkward poses. I don't know how anatomy works yet. And the altar, unlike the one that you were previously in, that had what seemed to be loads of offerings around it, lots of furs, skulls, maybe even some blood. Although they were old, this is bare. There is nothing to it, but there is some script on the altar. And there is a sort of, I can't remember if the other one had a bowl or it had a, bowl built into the altar, but it has that too. The altar matches in that sense.
What does the script say? And can I read it?
I think we might have just accidentally lost V.
Oh. Well, I didn't do anything.
We never said that you did, sir.
Should still have voice.
I
Are
think
you
internet's
okay?
gone. Did you get scared in the dark? Oh, Hazel went then for a second.
I think I'm still here.
You are still here. You just kind
It's
of
just
blinked
being
in and out.
weird.
Technical difficulties.
Yes. Don't know what to do now. I'll play the theme tune again. D&D's quite hard without a GM.
Yes, it's
There
pretty
is.
one-sided.
It is. There's like record numbers of players, but not record numbers of GMs.
Very lucky in our group to have so many GMs.
Mm. Yeah, and if you're not a GM yet, you will be.
No, maybe. I keep looking at Monster of the Week, and I think I'd enjoy playing a couple of
I
those.
may have ordered it.
What's Monster of the Week?
It's a little.
Don't know, but
It's
I heard Hazel talking about it, so I ordered it.
It's a little system. Nick brought it, and I've been having a look at it that way. And yeah, it's a Monster of the Week system, so you can run stuff like Buffy inspired, or X-Files inspired, or Supernatural inspired. And I was
Nice.
just like, I want to fight Wendigos. And so yeah, it just, there's been a few that I've kind of liked the idea of. So like the idea of running like a Scottish folklore or like a Celtic folklore and having like red caps and that. So it'd
Yeah.
work really well for that kind of like one shots or short series.
Oh, there may well be. What's the name of it? There's some Scottish Celtic monsters in the Pandoran League game that I'm writing. I
Oh,
can't remember the name of them, but they're red-headed women who invite you to like share a drink around a fire, and they basically murder you,
yeah,
drain all your blood.
they're kind of like the mermaids or the sirens, but bland.
Yeah.
And alcohol.
Is it Banshee or something? It's not Banshee, but it's like similar.
Yeah.
They don't scream.
Lianshi.
That it might be, yeah.
But yeah, so it kind of, it's a system that works for that kind of stuff.
I think they have Hoover
yeah.
as well.
Oh no, Lenanshi. Is that it? Lenanshi. Something like that, isn't it?
That might be something else. I wish I could remember now. Whereas in reality, of course, red hair is just a sign of living in the north and needing to absorb much more sunlight to get your vitamin D.
Yep.
Can we take a second as well to appreciate this is a scene that hasn't actually existed on stream before?
It's true.
Yeah,
This
because no
was
one was there when we all got horribly murdered by those hags, because we roleplayed that we didn't know what they were, even though out of character we knew what they were.
I didn't know what they were, because I'd barely ever played D&D before this.
Yeah.
Was Strahd your first game, Hazel?
No, I'd played with another campaign, but it wasn't exactly.
It wasn't good.
Yeah, it didn't give me much to go off of. And then yeah, Strahd was the first proper campaign. Like I joined on another campaign, but I think I only played in 2 sessions before that fell through. And then V started up Death House and Strahd in place of that. So yeah.
Yes.
And
It started off with Veronica going, I kind of want to run Death House, and I was like, do it because it's Strahd related and I really want to play Strahd. And then she went, maybe I'll run Curse of Strahd, and I went, do it. I really want to play Curse of Strahd, and Dan's game has fallen through because of life reasons. So we have the space. So I may have accidentally pressured Veronica to some degree into running Curse of Strahd, but it's an amazing campaign, and she's doing fantastic with it.
And then she was nice enough to invite the random stray that had shown up. Doing it. So yeah. Alexander was a rush creation 10 minutes before the first Death House game. She's back, maybe? Maybe back. No.
Maybe back ribs.
I rewrote Cedric like the day of Strahd as well, like almost entirely. Initially, he was going to be some bold, like hyper-religious zealot.
He's
That
a
was
perfect,
just
it's a perfect character for you, Jim, because he's one character, but he's also lots of different people. So all of a sudden he becomes someone else. So it's like
it's good. I have an excuse to why I sometimes do a Barovian accent and sometimes I don't.
but you can just if you get bored and you get the character wanted to figure out a new character, you can just create another personality for Cedric.
Oh yes, I've remembered this other dead life I had of ba.
My accent just changes because I forget what Barovian sounds like, and then it kind of wanders off, and I bring it back briefly.
You sound like Nandor sometimes.
Yeah.
Lee,
Nando.
can you hear us? I'm not sure she can hear us.
No, we can.
She hasn't. I don't think she's
She hasn't
rejoined
rejoined
this.
Discord.
No, I could. Her picture keeps freezing for me, and then all of a sudden she moves again, and then it freezes.
Creepy paper.
Paper. We drank the blood of some people, but the people were on drugs. Now I'm a wizard.
Can't hear you now, if that's what you're asking.
You're not in the Discord chat.
There's an awkward moment where we're trying to communicate verbally with someone who can't hear us.
That's why I'm using the words. So they popping up on the on the thing.
I'm going to take this moment to take a short break, and I will return shortly. Oh, there was a ka-ding!
It chucked me out of Discord, but it said I was in Discord, so I don't know what.
Mysteries.
Well,
You ka-dinged, and now you're here, and we can see you and hear you. And so I
Huzzah!
will take the break.
Well, I've been thrown out of Foundry too.
I don't know, these backwater towns that people live in, where the internet falls down.
Londinius.
Well, to fill a moment of time, whilst Veronica is loading back in, whilst we're in this little room, Cedric is going to plop himself down in the same position, the same spot he was sat in when he was held prisoner here. And he'll just be sat there, kind of talking to himself, going, I remember sitting here and Absence was over there, looking rather dead. And Milton was over there trying to figure out how to get out of this, and like just recounting the few little bits of it that he can remember.
Why do you want to relive this, Cedric?
Because I
Sounds
couldn't remember it before now.
see. I mean, if we're doing a tour of places we died, next time we go back to the castle, I'll show you where I died. If you're into that kind of thing, I can probably.
Oh, I can show you
more.
where I died in the castle as well.
Oh, you died in the castle?
Yes, at one point, you actually stood where I died.
Which bits of you?
Which bits of me?
Oh, you bits stitched together. Which bits of you died where?
They're not all from the same person.
That's what I mean.
I think
They're not all
there.
They're not all from previous versions of myself.
Oh, right.
But so, which bits were of not Luca, not Cedric, but Sergei?
No part of my body is Sergei's.
So, and I don't mean to pry into what could be a sensitive subject, but then how are you, Sergei? Is it all mental? Spiritual? It's not physical.
To look at that to a religious or spiritual sense, you could say it's Barovian legends, as we've learned, have the belief of reincarnation, effectively.
So you're remembering people,
That I am remembering lives I've previously left.
not bits of you have led. Okay.
I don't know where all of these pieces came from. I'm unfamiliar with the donors, the politest way I can put it. To be honest, I'm rather fortunate that no one's looked at me and recognized a part of a loved one on my face.
Oh, that'd be awkward.
Just a single tear runs down Alexander's face. That's a joke. It doesn't, but
That left-hand side of your face does look a little bit like Ellie.
no one would know that.
Except for
Well,
Alexander.
oh no, I was thinking Cedric.
I'll be honest with you guys. As you helpfully try to RP, I hadn't prepped this. I've prepped the other shrine from when you were at Yesterhill. I didn't prep this shrine, and I'm trying to. A part of me was going, just take the other shrine and put it here, but I feel like I could do something with the teeth and the dolls above.
Would you like
If
me
Doll
to
comes
distract
alive
people?
and tries to stab us, we're gonna have a problem.
Puppets with human teeth biting at our ankles.
Well, we had bad enough luck with the one in Uta, didn't we?
Mm.
Don't
Yeah,
trust dolls.
and that one's not going to be in there much longer.
Hooray! I hate that doll.
Same here.
Freaking murder dolls.
Would you like me to distract people, Veronica, so you have a bit of extra time?
Would you like to take a short break due to the technical difficulties that have been?
I had technical difficulty break and tried. No, wait, I think I've got. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it.
You can.
Why are we so awkward?
I love this. Ba-ba-ba.
Okay, right. Okay. The druidic script on this altar says, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Present your prize and speak her name, receive the blessing of her fame.
We're going to have to go and kill that hag who lived in the windmill, aren't we? Or
There were
are we?
multiple, but last time we spoke, the name of
Of Baba Lasaga.
maybe it's hers, and they just acquired it. Scavengers, maybe.
But then we would have to identify another being that we could present to this altar. Well, I don't know why we're addressing this. It's Magus's situation to contend with.
I'm sat there looking at the inscription, smoking my pipe, having a think. So these hags, what were here before, they're the ones that are now at Barovia. Aye.
Yep.
That feel right. I guess we've got to go and sort them out then before we can clean this place up. Unless there's anything else around here.
Veronica just pulled a face that made me think that's not what we should be doing.
No, I just feel like I'm no-anding, but that is what I was, yeah. There's,
Hmm. What's leaving all these teeth though? Was that them hags? There was a lot of teeth up the top there.
They did have a tendency to make pies of people.
You don't put teeth in pies. Well, you do, but not like in them. You put your teeth in them, but not. They wouldn't be very edible with teeth in.
Can you repeat the rhyme for me, please?
an eye, oh, right, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, and then what you saw previously at Yestihill and Berez. Present your prize and speak her name, receive the blessing of her fame, I'll find it. Receive the blessing of her fame. Yeah.
I mean, could it be simple as just? Anyone got any eyes?
I have two.
Can you spare one?
I'm using mine.
I
Spare your own if you want to spare one.
could probably spare one, but that would be not ideal.
I'll try just getting. I'll go back up, get some of the teeth that are scattered around, put them in the bowl, come down, put them in the bowl, and just as a wonder, I will speak the name. What was it? Seeker of the Forest.
He's good. Nothing happens.
I guess it has to be the thing what's been corrupting it around here. As it was the hag's head. Or
I forgive me for intruding on this, but didn't you encounter somebody that had a name to do with teeth outside Vallaki?
Jenny Green Tea.
Yes, I was.
That was pre-Magus. Pre-Magus, pre-Olaf. So only Alessander will remember. You were sent by Vasily to collect tax from Jenny Greenteeth, an old woman who makes and sells potions. She lives outside of the town, but comes into town. Came into town whenever there was a festival to sell her wares.
So
I think that's where you
she-
bought your potion of healing, yeah?
Yeah. So I know where she at least last was a few days ago.
So this green teeth lives near here. Do they?
Not too far from Valaki.
Pay them a visit.
If that is what you wish, Magus, if you think it will be useful to us. And then I wonder if Yester Hill is not on the way to Mount Gacus, that'd be quite a detour.
Right.
Um,
But we could go there after we've been to the Amber Temple.
if
The
it
reason
would
I'm
be-
so keen is I don't know if I'll be able to explain myself, but whatever's happening, I hope you got the same impression as I at the cast, but what's ever happening to the man that lives there, the master of the castle, I don't want to say his name in this place, is linked to the land and what's happening to the land. What's happening to the land is not right. And I don't know whether one leads the other or t'other's led, but I feel like helping one can only help sort the other. Am I making sense?
I feel
Yeah.
that I understand and don't understand at the exact same time. If you think it would be useful, I also think it would be useful.
I feel like what we've done at that last shrine was break the link of the thing that's corrupting the land, the thing that came before, thing that's blocking the thing what came before, whatever's wrong with it. And if we do the same in these other places, it might help. I think it will help. And we can
Well, I
help
think-
do with all the help we can get.
Well, we need to read more of that book because that might tell us what happened. Because I agree, this is all linked.
It's here for whomever wants it. Shall we see if we can find this Jenny Green Teeth?
Sorry, I didn't understand any of that last sentence.
She often find this green tooth.
Green tooth.
If we can go find Jenny.
Jenny.
Are we not more concerned of trying to rush to find Irina in this situation?
I think so, because I think if we deal with the problem as corrupting the land, we probably solve it indirectly.
What you mean go straight for the Lord of the Castle? Forget about all this.
No, I'm saying go to the Amber Temple. I'm still a bit confused why we're here.
We all seem to have
Reminiscing
different
on-
concepts of where we should be going.
Yes, I mean, Cedric's enjoying reminiscing about dying. You're
Well,
enjoying reading about life. I'm a bit confused why I'm here.
Right.
I feel that, like I tried to say, I think that it's all linked together. The Lord of the Castle, this Amber Temple, the sickness in the land, and fixing. You can't fix one without fixing the other two. I think while we're here, it won't hurt to spend a little time to fix this, and I think it will help us later on.
Okay, but what are we fixing?
The sickness in the land that
Well,
there's
how
evident everywhere.
How do we fix that?
Well, what we did in the last shrine, fixed it there, or started the journey to fixing it. So we have to do it here. This is a feint to the old rulers of the land, the old gods of this land, and we clean it up, we repair it, and
No.
they'll heal. Undermine the control that.
And how do we do that?
Well, I think it's linked to this Jenny Greentooth, maybe. Maybe not, but it's all we got to go on. Or the hags down in Barovia. It could be either, I suppose, or something else. But right now, it's all the clues we got.
So, we can either go and deal with Jenny Greenteeth, we can go to Castle Ravenloft and try and rescue Irina from Strahd, or we can go to the Amber Temple.
Or you can go see the hags. That's not me
Or-
telling you. It's just
Or we can go and fight the hags.
I thought we were trying to gather weapons so that we would be more effective in any fight that we have. We're putting the cart before the horse.
Understand anything that is happening here.
Me either. We know where the Amber Temple is. We know it potentially has something that can help us. We know where
We're
Strahd is.
also being
We do
sent
not
there by
know if.
Strahd, though.
Well, no, he has pointed us that way, but we'd heard of it before he told us of it.
Yes, but the fact that he wants us to go there
Look,
at all gives me
you-
some concern, and that's
you
half
just
the
need to
reason
tell
I.
me where we're going, because like you all decide where you want to go, and I will follow you, and I will fight. But we seem to get direction, and now we've lost it again. I don't understand why.
We were going to deal with them hags, and then we changed our mind to go to the Amber Temple because all of a sudden we think that's going to help Irina, who's the last that you want to help.
But
I don't understand entirely why.
if there is a weapon there that can help us deal with Strahd, it can help us deal with everybody.
And then
That's my point.
my
Get stronger and then deal with them.
and my concern is that Strahd is sending us there to die.
Strahd would much rather toy with us for a great deal of time rather than just simply kill us. He could have killed us all individually long ago, but he's chosen not to.
He has killed through other means everyone that I have known and cared about in this land.
I know, and I'm sorry. That's
Like
why I
me.
want us to get stronger.
But so then maybe walking into his trap is not the safest, smartest choice.
Why do you think it's his trap?
Because he has sent us there. He has expressly told us to go there.
I think it was more a case of he knew we were heading there and he let us know that he knew. I'm not sure he directed us there. Look, if you want to kill the hags, let's go kill the hags. I'm fine with
Do
it.
not
They are
care
the
for.
evil creatures that deserve to die.
I do not care for the hags. That's true, but they are currently the least of our worries. Magus, if you think that dealing with Jenny Greenteeth could help us in the long run.
I'm not saying. I mean, you said that this Jenny Greenteeth, she comes in, she sells potions. I don't know if she's someone we have to deal with. I just never met her. I wondered if meeting her might give us a clue. But I mean, is she benign? People frightened of her? I mean, how does it work?
She is terrifying. Do you remember it is Alexander saying that, who is scared of everything?
Yeah.
She was a blind old woman who felt everyone's faces and
Had green teeth.
had green teeth. She rode a wild boar.
She was interesting. I like her. Alexander, terrified of her.
I don't know. I feel like we could deal with this whole thing and solve the problem with Barovia in different ways. We can run off head on and deal with it like a boulder smashing through the ice.
I know, but have you forgotten the arena? This is about arena.
But why is going to the Amber Temple going to help Arena? This is what I'm not clear about.
Because if we're going to attack Strahd in his castle and attempt to rescue her, we need to be able to deal with him.
Aye, but why can't we do the? Is she in danger immediately?
Well,
I mean,
only if you consider being turned into a vampire a danger.
she's in the temple. She was in the castle then, was she? We know this.
Well, that's a theory. No, we don't. We don't know
From
anything.
From my understanding, Strahd has been interested in Irina for years. I get the feeling that he wouldn't swoop in, take her, and turn her. He would. Worryingly, I think he might try to romance her. He would want her to love him as much as he could understand such a thing. I could be very wrong, though. But she could also already be dead.
He killed me for Tatiana, so
It does seem that the way he works, and look at what he was doing to Gertruda.
Sorry, he
Winning
killed
her over.
you, Cedric. I thought the hags killed you.
he killed Sergei for Tatiana.
He killed his own brother for Tatiana, who he thinks Irene is.
And did he kill Tatiana?
I don't know what happened to Tatiana.
As I always say, this place is a trap even for souls, so whatever he's done to her, he will probably do to her again.
Well, she obviously died if she's not one of his wives now.
You'd have to ask a storyteller. Provided there are stories.
I don't think we've seen that bit yet.
All I know is I don't see why racing off now, going to that temple at Strahd's behest. Oh shit! I said his name.
It's not. I don't
We're
know.
not in.
We've all got it into our heads that it was at his behest.
Well, he asked us to at dinner.
He did instruct us to go
And
meet with a fellow by the name of Santhantur.
You
Well,
know
I'm
that
not saying
this.
we don't go there. I also
he
think
is,
it's a good idea to go, but I just don't know why we have to go immediately in a rush because we weren't worrying about that before he got to Palaki.
Irina has been kidnapped. God, how many times do I have to say it? We weren't in a rush because no one we knew was being held hostage potentially. We need to find out
Potentially,
where she is.
You don't know where she
already
is.
be dead.
Oh, so we just give up then? She could be dead, so let's just not try. Is that
No,
what you're
that
saying?
is very much not what I'm saying. I'm
Thought
just
you
saying that we
liked her.
need to not rush into things right now.
Won't it be better if we work at succeeding in the long run rather than racing in and just getting ourselves killed as well?
Don't know. It kind of appeals right now.
I don't know. I feel like we ought to sort these things out first. But if you think that running to the temple immediately grabbing whatever weapon you think's in there is going to all of a sudden help Arena now, wherever she may be, then we'll do that. I have no problem, but I don't know that everything is so directly linked like you think it might be.
And I don't know with all your green teeth and stones and things are so directly linked either. We don't
Whose
know
voice is in whose head? Jim.
what.
It would most likely be Alisander.
Alessander, you hear Darzen's voice in your head.
It makes the point redundant, but you would hear,
Oh, was I looking
it's Darazin. I'm in Castle Ravenloft with Irina. Someone came to Kresk, and it was me old town. Help would be appreciated. I'm scared.
Don't know if that helps, but we were planning it.
What was that roll for?
Thank you for
Oh.
adjusting your message to resolve that plot point.
Oh, that's what I was looking for, the tarot reading thing. Taraka.
Rocker.
The fortune teller.
I think on hearing that, Alexander's he's gonna climb out of the pit. He's gonna go for some air. Can I get a written copy of that, please, Jim?
Yes.
Thank you.
It's sort
Would
of
you like it in
sunlight.
the chat or sent directly?
Just in the chat will do.
Do you not agree that the sort of sunlight would help us not only with a vampire, but it would help us with growing all of your plants and trees and making the grapes a bit better?
Sure, if flames can help with no trees, but
If it gives off sunlight, though.
Oh, it might help the land. True, I don't know, but I was thinking proximity. Really, you're racing up and down the country. I figured we'll do one thing while we're next to it, and then head on to the next thing. But we spend half the time walking up and down the countryside. Otherwise,
I know, but at this rate, we're going to spend more time deciding where to go than just doing something. That's my concern. If you want to go and see Jenny Greenteeth, if she's near here, then let's go.
Why don't we
climbing
split the
out that
party?
hole. And I'll go and see where Alexander's gone.
I'll stand for a minute more at the altar once I've gone out, thinking about it, and then turn around.
Nearly trip over Cedric, who's still sitting on the floor.
Right. And head back out as well.
Reminiscing about dying there.
Olaf, as you make your way out of the tunnel, Alessander is just walking off.
Alexander, where are you? Where are you going?
How long have I been walking? Am I within earshot?
Yeah, this happened pretty quickly. He said he went and followed you.
Okay. Ravenloft.
Why?
Irina's there, Darzen's there, they're scared. He's scared. I don't know.
And you're not scared,
I'm always scared.
but you want to go anyway.
What do you want from me? You want me to decide where we're going, and now I'm
If
saying
you
Ravenloft and you question it.
If you are scared and you want to go anyway, then I will go with you.
We're all going to die.
It's not as bad as it sounds.
I would rather die and be dead than continue to exist here.
Yeah, it's the living here that's more painful, I think. How do you know Darzin's there?
It's in my head.
Muted.
Thank you. You would have been able to reply.
You didn't tell me I could, so he does not know.
I completely forgot to say you can reply to this message.
You can probably
he
hear
just-
this conversation.
Yeah, like
at the
he'll
start
have
of it.
just heard the Ravenloft, Dars and Irina, they're scared, I don't understand. And then it would have started to peter out.
Dawson's and Ravenloft going, what?
You're certain it was him and not a trick.
I don't know. That's what the insight check was for. Really don't know. Yes? No? Why at this time?
It could be a trick from Strahd, but I think Darzin.
Continuing to walk.
Okay, we'll just wait for the others. Let's tell them. Maybe they
Don't
will
move
come
fast.
with us. Just wait.
Cedric will hobble hurriedly.
Point Alexander will kind of crouching fetal position for a bit, just heavy breathing.
Okay, wait there.
Calm emotion.
We'll go back to the hole and see if Magus and Cedric.
Oh,
can
not
bring him out.
again.
I'm not
No,
going
Hello.
in.
she's gone.
I can still hear you. No, I can't. Cedric, Magus, I think Alexander received a message from Darzin. He's at Ravenloft, and Irina is with him, and they are scared.
Well, that answers the question anyway, don't it, I suppose?
I think so.
Alright then. Temple first? Get that sword you're on about, then head off to save him? Or just go straight there?
I think Alexander wants to just go straight there. Maybe we should see it as a... What was that? Maybe we should see it as a rescue mission, not as a battle.
She can hear us.
I can hear you. I've just joined on my phone because fuck this internet.
Okay.
Alright then. So
I have always worked on the concept that going to Castle Ravenloft would have just been we get Irina and leave, we don't fight Strahd. So I'm quite content with the plan.
There is nowhere safe we can take Irina. And we might have to take her with us to the temple. That's the only concern. Or indeed
The tower.
Green Teeth Lady.
The Wizard's Tower potentially could be safe for her.
Is it safe?
who knows? But my objection was that we didn't know where they were. We know they are there now. It seems silly not to act on it.
Well, I guess so, but we don't know for sure. It could be a trick, but Alexander is reacting quite badly. Perhaps you could say something to help him, calm him down.
See if we can find some herbs and make a tea for him.
Yes, he's just ready to run straight to Ravenloft, and there is a saying in my land that fear is for the brave, and he is terrified all the time, but he still fights. But I think it's that fear that has helped him survive this long.
I'm going to waddle my way over to Alessander. And yeah,
as you get closer, you'll notice that there's a weird kind of reddish flicker of fire around him. And he's accidentally not without purpose. He's now got mage armor cast on himself.
Are you quite all right, Alessander, as well as you can be, given circumstances?
He froze up. It's just liquid.
I should wander up too. Yeah, sorry for making you drink all my ale.
If they're all gone away, I shall push the rock back over the hole
Oh yeah, forgot
and
about
then
that.
follow them.
Look, we have a choice now. We either go straight there and try and rescue them, or we attempt to find this sword of sunlight and shove it up Strahd's darkest places and save them that way.
It's all just a trap.
It
Strahd's sending us to the temple. For all we know, he made Darzan send that message. For all we know, that message wasn't even from Darzan.
It's all true. It's all true. But he's
I
your
don't know
friend.
what to do.
I think whatever we do at the castle's going to be a long shot. But I think running in there, swords blazing and trying to take on the Lord is going to end just badly for everybody. If we're going to go, I think sneaking in, trying to get them out is probably still slim chance, but maybe slightly more chance than trying to poke the bugger with a sword.
I don't think we will fare well if we go straight into a conflict with him, but at the same time, if Darzan and Irina are in Castle Ravenloft, I don't want to leave either of them at his mercy, or lack thereof, for an unknown amount of time.
Now I know this is a long shot, given our disposition, but might it be worth wandering back and seeing if Gertruda's willing to help? I mean, she can wander in and find out where they are in the castle, maybe, without rousing suspicion.
It's a risk. I mean, how much do you trust her?
Not 100%, but
She found
true.
some rather disturbing things fascinating and amusing.
She's under his thrall, I suppose. Just an idea.
It's a good idea.
I also could return to Ravenloft under the guise of wanting to reconnect with my apparent brother.
Also true, but you did tell us just now that he killed you.
Yes, but obviously from his point of view, from his standpoint, he is not especially hung up on the fact that he murdered me.
I mean, I could always try sneaking in.
I'm not a vengeful man either.
Got to get in, get them and get out, and they could be anywhere. We had a
Well, that's what I
tour
mean.
of the castle, it was huge.
I can, a castle like that's got plenty of things in there that won't go noticed. Spiders, bats. Can make myself one of them, wander in there and find out where they are.
Okay. We
I
really
would be.
should prepare for. Was one of you able to locate things?
That's me too.
Maybe we should all, before we go anywhere else, we should all have an item that each of us has, so that if we ever get separated, you can find us. Because if we had done that with Irina and Darzin, then it would be easy to tell where they were. Or is that a stupid idea? I don't know. I fear
No.
that this could see us separated.
I mean, I know, just look a bit of clothing you got on or something. And I look for that. Hope to find you.
Well, I always have my amulet. I also have the Raven amulet at present.
And is that useful against Strahd?
Yes, it would be, actually. It is seemingly created to resist vampires.
Question is that enough? Do we risk our lives to get this sunlight sword, which would give us probably a further advantage against him and his kind? But in doing so, we waste time and risk whatever happens to them happening to them. Alessandra seems concerned that Darzin was scared and they were worried. Or do we go there less prepared and take more risk on ourselves? That is, as I see it, the two options.
I don't know that no sunny swords could actually help us too much against him anyway. I feel like he's too powerful.
If we're going to go and get Darzin and Irina, we need to try to stick to this concept of it's just going to be we go in, we get them, and we get out as quickly as possible.
That's what he was getting at. Still think we need to sneak in.
Let's vote on it then. Who wishes to sneak in?
I'm not very good at sneaking, but I'm sure I would be able to perhaps occupy Strahd and his companion with excessive conversation, as tedious as it is, whilst you look for the both of them.
Alessandra, what's your vote? What do you wish to do?
I'm scared of leaving them there for any great deal of time. I don't think we can fight Strahd now. The only thing I know is I do have talent for sneaking.
That you do. So, you vote for sneaking.
Could vote any other way and have reason.
Does your gut tell you? The fear is there for a reason. Listen to it.
To it, I'd already be closer to Ravenloft.
Okay. Seems we are decided then.
We go, but we sneak. Try to get them out. And if by some miracle that works and any of us survive, we get your sword, we return the lands, and we kill Strahd.
Okay. Enough time has been spent talking. I suggest we move. If you need to get your breath, you may use my horse.
But walk if that is okay.
It's fine. Just start walking.
Will you take this Varlic road, which you know leads to Castle Ravenloft? I mean, you can try and go as the crow flies. It's a hilly, rocky landscape. It might cut off a bit of time, but it
It
equally
could also
might be.
get us attacked by wolves, which we've seen around there.
Would it be
You
worth following the road but staying off of it, out of sight, so as not to warn people we're on our way there?
Yeah, keep an eye out, those with good eyes, for anyone watching. News can get back quickly if we are seen. So we need to be sneaking from now.
I agree.
It would take you the rest of the day.
Oh, question. Will the time spent at the Blue Water Inn, would that have classed as your short rest?
If you say you spent an hour, yeah, you can, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm not going to throw. There is potential for an encounter there. If you remember rightly, when you got here to the gates of Barovia, you met
It's a rock.
a rock and its nest. But we'll say you pass through there warily, and at nightfall you can indeed reach Castle Ravenloft. I mean, how do you want to do this?
I don't want to do this. I'm scared.
I can enter first under the guise of wanting to converse with my brother. And then, whilst everyone is hopefully somewhat distracted, the rest of you can follow suit at your leisure.
I'll recast mage armor. And then how long does this last? And then I'll cast invisibility on myself. And I'll follow in. I don't know whether I'm calling you Lucas, Cedric, or
Let's go with Cedric.
Cedric. Okay, I'm following Cedric in closely. But I'll peel off.
I will turn myself into a spider and scuttle up Alessander's shoulder and sit there because I can still see him.
It's
Fair
a
enough.
floating spider.
I guess I'll wait out here. I'm not gonna sneak, am I?
So
Waiting to scream.
you might be, and you probably can't tell. So from where you are, you'll come to eventually. The road will lead to a bridge, which separates Castle Ravenloft and the rest of the land. There's just what seems like an endless chasm between you and the castle. And if you cross over to the bridge, you will get to a drawbridge. The gate is down.
I will use sending and send a message to Strahd, I suppose, saying I've come to have a conversation regarding my life as Sergei and our existence as siblings.
A moment will pass. Ah, Cedric. It is good to know you are back so soon. Rahadin will come fetch you. Just a moment. And yeah, true to his word, if you wait a moment, he will, finding the first ground floor.
I know that Olav can see invisibility. I know that Magus can see invisibility. So I am aware that there's a good chance Strahd can see invisibility and that others can as well. So this is only going to protect me against the lesser guards. How climbable is the exterior wall before Ravenloft gets there?
Courtyard, blah 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 blah. The walls that enclose the courtyard are 90 feet high.
But they are
Climbable.
so just general kind of stone
For you.
walls.
Yeah.
Okay. What kind are they? All glassed windows? Are there any open or any older ones that I think I could jimmy?
Yes. So if you look above the what is that? The gate. Actually, no, there's the walls. But I can say you remember beyond the walls in the castle, so it sort of goes walls and then castle inside. There was a shattered window on the front facade of the castle. But on the walls themselves, no.
Okay, and we're waiting at the walls themselves. I'll scale the walls. Me and Spidey Boy, we're heading on up.
I take no issue with this.
I would just sit on my horse outside, I guess, and try
Well,
and be a
if you can-
distraction.
You can come in with me, and we can just leave you to wait in another room, and you can search at your leisure, or try and discern some of Rahadin's abilities as a combatant.
Sure, you can give it a go.
Where do you keep getting these stalactites from?
They're frozen. They're very nice.
Constantine, the tree. There's a massive freezer under Matt's desk. It's just full of ice.
They're just
He's
appearing out
reaching
of
down
nowhere.
and pulling another one up.
He's such a cold bastard that he can just keep them nearby.
Let's take you into the castle. Rahadin's not let you in yet, buddy. That's alright. And you're 90 feet up in the air, you two.
I think we would
Boo.
wait
Yeah, Rahadin would let you in and lead you forward.
Yeah, and we'd wait until Rahadin had come and gone. We'd need to know that we weren't gonna run into him because we've got quite a bit of clear space that we're gonna have to give him pass.
Well, one
I
of the
will
first
wear my-
things that's...
Sorry.
Go on, no, go on.
I will wear my warden badge that I got from him. Steward badge.
One of the first things that Rahadin will say to you, Cedric and Olaf, is it just you two, or are your friends?
They are currently remaining in Villaki, looking after Gertruda.
Roll me a deception, please.
Oh, good lord, that's quite a high insight check. I'm going to use my knowledge from a past life, potentially. Well, it doesn't matter, because even if I use it, it's not going to do well. I have inspiration. I'm going to use that.
Should have let me do the talking.
And now I'm going to use
Knowledge from
knowledge
a
from a past life.
D6, I think.
I was trying to get it to fucking register that I'd use the feature. The 15.
Strahd. Be glad to know Gertruda is being taken care of. Follow me. Rahadin will not make he won't try and hide the fact he does look around behind you, around you.
We're hiding up on the fair. We said that we were going to make sure he
I
was.
know, but it's
I will.
with disadvantage. He's got a 21.
I will see him thinking that they're in the room, and I'll be like, they are not here, I assure you. And I will take the greatsword and I will move around and like swing it through the air really viciously. If they are here, they're going to regret it.
Be careful with that thing.
That's how I'm trying to deceive him.
Also, so I'm invisible,
And Magus is a spider.
and we're up on a
It's
wall.
very hard.
Oh dear.
And And we said we were gonna be careful. So can I roll like stealth with advantage?
Oh, absolutely. That's yeah.
No, I'm not very convincing either.
No, we're not great since one of those was a natural one and the other one was not that high. I think like, so he can he see invisibility or does he just notice a spider?
It's like the invisible silhouette with rain pattering off it.
I think it's more how poorly they're attempting to
he
deceive him,
knows
and the idea
something.
you'd turn up. Yeah, I don't know that you don't know that he's actually spotted you, but he is clearly looking around,
Yeah.
attempting to clock you. But he will eventually lead you inside. Oh, for God's sake, if you put Thorn somewhere, I'm not looking for him.
I don't remember. Oh, I found him.
Delete. Didn't mean to put that there. Delete. Yeah, come on then.
This is
I'll
not how
also
I was expecting today to
can't.
go.
I should also mention, because you know what, I just forgot last time, but we can also say he was out on the front of the carriage, so you never got necessarily within 5 feet of him. Anyone when Rahidin comes up close to you, Olav and Cedric, you hear in the back of your mind, Olav, it's strange because you hear this all the time. You hear screams, really distant, but tortured screams, people in the midst of death. It's not a nice sound, and at first you think it's your ghosts and you maybe look around, and then you realize they seem to be attached to him. Yeah.
It seems you have a spirit problem, a little similar to mine.
Indeed.
Do you hear mine?
Perhaps. I don't distinguish.
Oh, I seem to collect very specific ones. I think you would recognize their cries. They are not tortured, they are angry.
After centuries, you learn to drown them out.
Yeah, I've not been alive centuries, but weirdly I had one leave recently and I felt strangely abandoned. It was weird. Anyway, I did not realize I was not alone in my weird curse. Those of us who see a lot of death, it seems, often are accompanied by it.
Indeed.
A conversation you can probably have more in depth with him, my Olaf, whilst I talk to
I have
now
to.
Baron.
Can't you hear that? They're like really screaming.
Yes, I can hear it, unfortunately.
Well, imagine you already hear that all day, every day, and then someone turns it up to 11. That's what it's like being close. No offense to you, my elf friend, but it's very unpleasant.
You're telling me.
Perhaps we can have a conversation from 10 feet away.
If that is what you would wish. The master will be down in a moment. Can I get you any wine?
Neither of us require drink. But I was hoping to speak with Strahd a little more privately. So if it is acceptable, I'd like to leave Olav in your company for you to discuss your screaming spiritual friends, and I will perhaps discuss my things with Strahd in the study or something.
Why must it be a conversation in private, dear brother?
Where did you come from? Oh, you can turn into mist because you're a vampire. I forget these things.
I'm gonna press a key on the keyboard. On the
Oh, it's a
organ.
huge organ, and
Yeah,
just
I'd be like,
this one note fills the dining chamber.
oh,
A little bit of normal Cedric comes out and you just say, "Shut the bed." I was hoping to discuss more in depth about some memories I've had and some of our history as siblings. And that is understandably, I would assume that you can see that it perhaps doesn't make everybody particularly comfortable for us to talk about our relation. So it seems a better thing to be discussed privately.
Then why bring your friend at all? You did not bring your other two friends, did you?
they're looking after your mistress. Is that what she is?
Oh, Gertrude. She is a sweet young thing, not a mistress. What do you think of me?
I'm sorry. I thought you got bored of them when they reach middle age, and you chase after youth, as many nobles do.
Like a certain 90s blonde heartthrob does.
Not a lot of hearsay. She came to me and asked for help. I gave it to her. She asked to leave. I let her leave.
You did, and she is having a good time, and she's being looked after by our friends.
But Olav is here because I am simply a priest, and Olav is a professional soldier.
And
Traveling
I really
from...
wanted to go on the organ, if I'm honest.
And he really wants to play on the organ.
I do. May I, or would you play something for us? I hear you are rather good, or is that
Could
just
play for
hearsay?
you.
Well, if it's hearsay, it's fine. You don't need to play. But it is an impressive organ, that is for sure.
Forgive
I'm wrong
me,
now
but
I said it out loud.
it is an impressive organ.
It is. Yes.
I believe Darzen has said the same thing also.
Does sound like something he would say.
I will play, but forgive me. You say you bring your friend as some sort of protection, but I could smell the fear on you when there were all four of you here. And now you come as two? Just a tour.
I think the elf has enough fear for all of us. Probably what you smelled. You already killed me once, you know you did. I don't have anything to be afraid of.
And yet, if you could sweat, you would.
But I can't.
Please do not insult my intelligence. You have not come here for a chat and to hear me play.
I have, actually. Not to hear you play, but talking about our connection and my life as Sergei was something I wanted to discuss but felt inappropriate at a dinner table with everybody else around.
And to be fair, I did not want to come here. I have a better place to be. I had other ideas about where we should go. But such is life. Such is on life.
Cedric, persuasion, advantage.
Ooh.
From I love.
You didn't
Mother!
roll double 20.
I got double 20s.
I mean, I'm gonna roll to find out.
That's a 1 in 400 chance.
That was nearly a 20.
I, for a brief moment, I got to experience being the anti-Whedon.
He will sit in a chair. Very well. Let us talk about the stolen memories you have inside your head from another's body. Fade out, fade out, fade out. Alessander and Magus.
Muted. I always
When
love you.
Alexander thinks that when Alexander thinks that the coast is clear, he will he'll dash, bonus action dash, whatever dashes he can do as a roguey boy to get as quickly as he can
Double
across the
dash.
yard and up towards the broken window, which it seems like it's going to be a trap. Why would there be one so obviously broken window? But we're going for it because why not just walk into this like idiots?
Sorry, I'm just trying to find where that broken window leads. K25. Yeah, that's helpful. What floor is that?
25th floor.
Floor, fifth room.
It is
That makes
not that
sense.
simple. There are like
Yeah.
fucking 80 points of interest in this fucking castle.
Got it. It's not like a hugely broken, it's just enough that your thief brain could go, I could fit a hand through there, I could unlock that window, I could get in.
Okay, we'll go for that then.
And I'm going to bring you and Graham, because he's the stream, to...
And he's going to be the only thing that saves me and Magus.
Pull to scene. Pull to scene. Pull to scene. You find yourself in the audience hall that he showed you.
With the secret door.
With the secret door, yeah.
We go through that secret door.
You would remember it. How do I unsecret this door?
I swear to God, if we get through the secret door and it's just a lift with music playing, I will not be happy.
Have I
That'd be
opened it?
fantastic.
Yep.
There you go.
Okay, I've not attacked, I'm not casting any spells, I'm still invisible. I've got an hour of invisibility, so we'll need to keep track of time.
You find yourself in a corridor.
One person.
There are stairs at to your south, and it opens up into what looks like was from the outside one of the turrets to your north.
Head for the stairs. I'll look at it, see if the little spider does anything. Don't know why this is my spider impression, I'm sorry.
I shall. Yeah, I guess gonna hitch a ride for the time being, but so we'll just sort of tap on the neck when I think it's doing a good thing.
He'll kind of like. He's not quite okay with that. So he is wondering if you could fly on Graham. Is Magus a small enough spider that he could jetpack on Graham?
I went to little house spider to try and climb in your clothes, so
100%.
Yes.
That's not creepy. Careful, she might like slap you off and then you turn
Are you
into a
trying to go
giant maggot.
upstairs?
Well, let
They're
me-
back into maggots here.
Oh, this I don't like the name of this one. I can't see it. Oh,
I don't know why they have these names.
because they're making it creepy.
Oh. Wait a second. You're
Okay.
still all in here from when you had a party. There was the people that you bump into or where they would be.
Need to pull the stream to there.
Yeah. What else is on this floor? What else is on this floor? No. Okay, this is right then. Off you go. How do I describe this? That is... Come on, brain.
A course walk.
Thank you. A parapet.
Okay.
It takes you up to... Yeah, you're now outside again. You're on a walkway that seems to go round the keep. So far below, you can see the courtyard.
Is there any sign of guards, watchmen, anything that might notice us outside?
With a 22, you don't see any movement, but because you... Yeah, you don't see any movement, but you do notice there are, even further above you, on the roof, some forms that you double take at and then realise are like gargoyle statues.
Okay. Still invisible. Still time spider. Still invisible imp boy. So might be safer for us to Magus, it might be safer for us to just move around outside first until we've just got a better idea of where they might be.
Up on the neck. On his neck.
And can I then just start running, looking in windows, trying to kind of peek through, to see if I can see any signs of life.
Yep, so the first window you pass, you recognise the... Well, actually, no, there's curtains drawn across them, so you can't see curtains drawn across them. You can't see... Oh, look, there's curtains drawn across all the windows, I'm sorry.
Can I hear anything in them?
No. On this level, no.
I show some way of communicating. It's so frustrating. This is a bad decision for me.
I feel like Jim is the stream because he's going walkabout.
Yeah.
I'm not doing anything.
Matthew.
Yeah, it's
How
me. I'm
you?
doing the gym.
Good on you.
Okay. So I've got to the point opposite where we've come up. I know that there's the dining room that we'd been in. I don't think I went into many other rooms around here.
You did a little dance, didn't you? So you went into the bathroom that adjoined Gertrude's bedchamber, that went
Yeah.
into the study, and then you went into a hallway that had some statues in, and then Gertrude brought you back to the dining room through the study.
Yeah, so we did like the circuit here, so I know these. to me, to Hazel, none of these would be good hiding places for Irina. Strahd would not want Irina to be too far away from him. Darzin is a different case. Darzin could be kept in any number of areas, but Darzin said that he was with Irina, so they're keeping them together to limit the amount of guards that need to be involved. Why am I talking this through like there'll be an actual sense to it? I'm going to keep going.
I know it's gone 10. I just want to see if you end up somewhere interesting in the next 2 minutes.
What I think I'm going to... How many floors are there? So we've gone, what, 1, 2 floors up?
Yep.
And there are how many floors?
You're on the top main, like, square of floor, but you know there are other spires. There's 2 other spires? Yeah, that go up even higher by the looks of it. Oh yes. You found yourself here very briefly. This room where you see the pulsating red light.
Graham.
Where's Graham? Graham? Graham!
Right, there we go, thank you. Okay, pulsating red light.
You see the stairs sort of curve round. They seem to go up from the very bottom level all the way up, even higher. Well, even higher to one final level above you, where you can see this what can only be described as what looks like a gigantic fleshy heart emitting a red light, just suspended in midair.
Marcus, do we go towards that, or do we stay away from that?
Say stay away, I tap it. She says stay away, I tap.
Okay,
I didn't know spiders knew Morse code.
to do? Why did I have to bring a spider with me? Okay, and that was
regret
up.
that decision so bad.
You can unspider.
A bit worried about where I do that right now.
Yeah.
It's like this chamber is a turret of its own, with the stairs going from the ground floor up to this heart at the top.
And that's separate from the rest of the building.
Yes.
Like once it's cut, like it's part of the main platform, and then it turrets.
Yes.
Okay. So while we want to stick to what is most likely going
Jim,
to
stop
be.
shutting the doors. You're not even on the floor.
Well, you're opening the doors as you're going through them and not closing them.
I don't say anything because I walk into this
That one was
corridor.
already open.
Sorry, I went onto another map just to anticipate what was there. In that corridor, you've been in that corridor before. Yes, you see statues in each alcove. The ceiling here has fallen, so there is an opening into the sort of roof overhead, into the beams, and you can see the dark clouds above.
Can I climb up, please? I want to have a look to see if I can see any windows that have lights in them.
You want to climb up to the roof bit?
Yeah.
Yep. Assumably that you use whatever to climb, and as you climb on one of the statues, you'll hear a deep male voice just say, "He looks like you could knock him over with a leaf."
Keep going. Shaking, but I keep going.
You'll get sassed by a statue.
I get sassed by everyone.
I have the roof. I'm prepared for this. I just need to remember which of these many things it is. I think it's this one. I might then end this with you on the roof.
Yeah. So
No,
we can get
not
to the
that
point
one.
where we know where we're heading. So we're either going to decide that it's not a room up here because there's no lights, no sign of life, and head in and down, or we're going to pick a room to aim for.
There you are. Right, I'll put you on this. Did I copy you? No. Lysander, Graham. Magus. And I think that is... No, you'd be over here. Oh, that roof, that hole in the roof is built into this map. DM Andy, you... Let's just activate it so you can see where you are. And we will leave the session there.
Oh,
Do those parapets make more sense now? They probably did to you anyway. They didn't to me in my brain.
Like, understanding what a parapet is, yeah, they generally make sense.
very cool. Thank you. Gosh, we make things hard work for you, don't we? Sorry.
Don't
We're all still in
apologise. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you didn't know where to go.
we're all still in that room, and Jim's wandering off with his character who's not there.
Oh, you're still in.
Yeah, well, he's gone down to floor 2 now. I
Oh,
think.
bull. Okay. So yeah, you can definitely tell I didn't anticipate this because you're not deleted.
Kill them now.
I'm doing it.
Just pause it.
Oh yeah, I forget that that's an option.
I don't even know where I am because I can't see on the next floor.
What I have, you see, is trust.
No, you shouldn't rely on that.
It's ill placed, yeah.
Yeah, unless you yell at me, I'm going to explore.
It must
It's
drive
the
you mad
pause
when we
button.
play Vampire because there's no maps. Or
Yeah.
does it make it easier because there's no maps? So you don't feel the need.
It's 50-50. I have to find a stimming alternative, which is why I keep my Infinity Cube on my table. But at the same time, yeah, because there's no maps, I don't feel the need to wander off. I still want to, because you describe scenes.
Wandering off in his mind.
Yeah. But I don't want to interrupt. Just be like, I want to wander off into this room and do, especially because Gerard is one of the most likely characters I have to wander off. But I don't want to interrupt everyone just to say, I'm going to go wandering through all these different rooms.
They'll stop you as soon as you do.
Yeah.
You're invisible.
I can't do it on the sly in Vampire because of the lack of maps. I have to be vocal about my wandering.
Yeah, well, just to warn you, in Out of the Abyss, I am probably only going to use maps when there is likely to be combat. I've decided to use less maps, so I apologise in advance.
That's fair. I think it's a smart way to do it.
Thank you, Veronica. That was a
Thank you. Yeah.
fun
Interesting.
evening.
It's a nice little. Because it wasn't that we didn't know where to go. It's just there's lots of different places to go. So it was what do we do?
I think everybody kind of got a bit of a crossed wire on where we were going next as well. It's like, what do we prioritize? Like, what's the best way? And
I think it was the session where all of the threads came together. Thank you, Alessander / Hazel. And we went, but how do we proceed?
yeah, they
Hashtag
all
red string.
all the threads came together in a way that they got tangled into like one massive rat king. And we're like, what the fuck do we do now?
We've all just got different
Priorities.
You
focuses,
have
haven't we?
individual motives, and that's good to still have. And they're
It's
all good instincts. It's just coming together and deciding which is the best
It's what
path
would happen
forward.
with a
Sorry.
group of adventurers that all have different life views. Which is probably a polite way of saying it.
Yeah, we all kind of want the same thing, but we just also want it for different reasons and for different
And
things.
to
So
do it in a different way.
yeah, so there's going to be different priorities about the way we want to go about it, which is well done because it means we can have these debates and stuff.
Yeah, because it seems like Magus is like, we should do all of this because Strahd will probably be weaker after we've done all of this stuff with all the different things. Olaf is like, we should go to the Amber Temple and get this Sun Sword because that will probably do quite a number on
Make
Strahd.
everything else easier.
Yeah, and then
basically.
Cedric is like, I don't think we should leave Irina alone in Castle Ravenloft while we do all of this stuff because when we come back to help her after we've done these things, she might be dead. Or undead.
So there's probably varying degrees of minding too much about Irina and Marty as well. Some of us are never even better.
I mean, Jim messaged me earlier today, said, are you prepped and ready? And I think I was talking to Matt on the weekend, and I was like, I've prepped weeks ahead for like your journey to the Amber Temple and stuff. Like, we're good. And I said to Jim, you'll surprise me somehow.
And then you went, oh yeah, I forgot Irina went missing.
I also forgot there was a Fane I hadn't prepped. But thank you for bearing with me.
Cool.
So we force you to prep it and then we run off.
We do the wrong thing.
No, because Ravenloft exists. I prepped that in its entirety because I wanted to know the castle back to front, and because I thought you would sneak around more at the dinner. And now you're doing a sneaking around, so it's fine.
Yes, but we're doing the sneaking around in a very dangerous castle where we've split the party.
Not my fault you're stupid.
The moment
they wanted to do
Probably
sneaky.
didn't need to
I'm
make it
not sneaky. I
known
can't
to
sneak.
Strahd.
I have disadvantage on the sneaky.
I
And
also have
-2
the disadvantage on
penalty.
the sneaky.
Yeah,
Then
with the
Why did you
-2.
go indoors?
What am I going to do? Just leave my character outdoors and not take part?
No, but
It's the you got to
we
balance
could
role playing with actually playing the game. So I
No,
decided.
we could have climbed you, like we could have got you in. There would have been ways.
I'm happy to be indoors because now I'm in a confined space with Strahd, so if shit goes down, I can just throw a daylight and run. And then he has to be like, oh shit, I have to get out of this enclosed room with a miniature sun in the middle of it.
What does the holy symbol do?
Oh, I'm sure he will counterspell that shit.
Yes, he probably will. I forgot that was an option for him.
I was all for ropes, get you guys up the wall.
The holy symbol of Ravenkind. It has 10 charges. Gains 1d6 plus 4 charges daily at dawn. So it has Turn Undead. If you have Turn Undead or the Turn the Unholy feature, you can expend 2 charges when you present the holy symbol while using that feature. When you do so, Undead have disadvantage on the saving throws against the effect. Hold Vampires. As an action, you can expend 3 charges and present the holy symbol. Vampires and vampires spawn within 30 feet. Let's make a DC 15 wisdom saving throw, and on a failed save, it's paralyzed for a minute.
I don't know if you've considered that because everything else that affects undead seems to affect us, that it might be a bit of an own goal, this thing.
Well, we're not vampires.
No, I know, but you did say it affects undead as well.
Yes, but I've used Turn Undead before, and it doesn't affect either of us.
Okay, because we're friendly.
Yes, we're good people. Excluding us from it.
Yeah,
I can also
dead people can be
expend.
good people.
I can also expend 5 charges to shed bright light in 30 feet and dim light in another 30 feet. The light is considered sunlight, and it lasts for 10 minutes, or until I end it.
Mm.
And on
I
that
just-
note, sorry,
Mm.
go
I
on.
just realised if I put a bogey on the back of Alessander, I could have been talking to him before I turned into a
Bogey.
spider. Darn it!
Just de-wild shape. Put the bogey on him, and then re-wild shape.
Well, I can become a. I can go invisible too. But I just thought it'd be easier for me to sneak if I was in the folds of Alessander's clothes as he
Did
was
you
doing
make
the
like a
sneaking.
spider in your clothes any more horrible? It's a spider with bogies.
Spider bogies.
It could be worse. It could be like a tooth or something. A spider with a human tooth.
I don't. I could do that while I'm a spider. I'd have to do it while I was Magus. Never mind.
There's always more bogies, don't worry. Right, on
Yeah,
that note,
then I just went with bogies.
just stop the stream. Bye.